Hey, and welcome back to some more Danganronpa. I hope you all have been enjoying the series so far. I know I have. Shit has just gotten serious. I would be totally honest. I've been really fucking excited to play this, so I'm just gonna hop right into it. Excuse me if I'm coughing a little bit. That's gonna clear up gradually. I got water, so we'll be alright. But if I remember correctly, last time we found a crystal ball in the the trash room, and so it it's the psychic. Obviously, Shorty's just gone right here, but we'll talk to Chihiro first before we talk to Yasuhiro right here, bruh. Because say it ain't so that it's my man's right here, dog. The bro character, was the first dude to straight up, I'ma get to it, bro. I gotta get up out of here. Hey, Chihiro. I was hoping I could ask you something. Huh? Oh? What is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the number 11037, which, again, I have said that is Leon upside down. Do you have any idea what those numbers could mean? Could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or maybe she knows more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. Hey, bro, I wouldn't say couldn't be. Alright, bro, what's happening, Yashiro, bro? Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No. I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? Does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So, how did it break? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to me. Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Shattered crystal ball has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 years came out to be like $1 million. What the fuck? $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Yeah, real life. What the fuck? I'm gonna assume that that's $1 million yen, but Jesus Christ. So he says it's in the laundry room. I'm not convinced, bro. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm not convinced. So who did we not talk to? Because we need to talk to everybody, because I don't trust a motherfucker right here. I might need to go refresh my memory a little bit on the old truth bullets section, because again, it has also been a day from the last time too. Did we talk to Tucker already?
Listen to me!
Do you have a second, Makoto? I've uncovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's room has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right?
You hear me?
Well, it just so happens... Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything. Forget everything I just said. Forget Beam! Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. I can't remember if I had read that or not, but I don't think I did. But, so, Nameplates. What the fuck is this? I always ask what this is, and I know what it is every time. Yeah, it's the fucking, it's this. What are you doing in here, though? I know I haven't talked to you. So, do you have any clues or anything? What kind of clues? Let us agree we do not know who the culprit is and leave it at that. Whatever secrets I may have, I don't intend on revealing anything until the class trial. Okay then, do you have any suggestions for where I should start looking?
Well...
Ugh, so annoying. Must you fumble around, fishing blindly for clues? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give you a little hint. The scene of the crime, naturally, but I think the trash room is also worth looking into. The trash room? It is the perfect place to destroy evidence. However, there is one little problem. Which is?
As for me...
That place is filthy. I would rather die than set foot in there. I am trusting all of you to conduct a thorough investigation on my behalf. That's... useless. Okay. It's fucking useless. That's what that is. What is that? It looks like some kind of mailbox, but there's nothing in it. I don't think it's gonna help me solve this case. So it's time to check her fucking tape, right? Because I know I didn't do that last time. Do I have the tape now? So I just, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the tape now. So we're just gonna take it to the A. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD the Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD on the TV player, in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there, along with her friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Dude, this is fucked up. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly the screen went dark. And in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? I mean, come on now, bro. Like, there are two people dead now, and like, people really need to question. I mean, bro, Makoto fucking especially. People need to like, this nigga needs to question the validity of what the fuck this nigga Monokuma is saying, bro. Like, come on now, y'all should you should understand by now, bro. Like, you should get it by now. They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Alright. That didn't give me no truth bullets. Can we check Junko's tape? Then? I mean, she's fucking dead. She's not gonna care. I mean, you know. Is there anyone in here? No. I'm just trying to... Hold on. Let me hit tab on this real quick, see if there's no fucking... no clues that I'm missing now. Yeah, we've hit all this shit before. But this classroom. Is there anyone in here? Nope. Oh, it is. Toko. To kill someone just to save your own life. And I've been living with someone like that? I think I might vomit. But is what Monokuma said really true? Did one of us really kill Bro. If the mastermind was just really just gonna get involved, then they would have just killed us on day one. That's a good point. By the way, how's your investigation going? I already told you, I don't do blood, so I don't plan on doing any investigating. But besides, I already know who did it.
This is very
After all,
suspicious.
where was Sayaka killed? In your room, right? What more proof do we need? We already know the truth. She really doesn't trust me at all. That's the most useless fucking conversation in the fucking world. Bitch, I hope you die next. I don't care. It should have been you. I really don't even remember who I talked to from the last time. I know Celeste was not over there, question mark. I don't know. There's Leon and fucking Byakuga. Is he saying the same
Very
shit?
strange.
Yeah. I mean, I already checked the trash room now. So, okay, hold on. Let's take a look. White collar, right? Replica sword. Toolkits. It says Leon. The knife was missing. Does Leon even have a fucking... That's not even the same jacket though, for real. Where's Junko's room at? I'm gonna go see if I can't fucking... This is Junko's room. Junko isn't here anymore. She's dead. Well, no shit. Like, fucking go in there. Did I talk to Leon already?
Seems like
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed. We did already read this. So, I guess I'm not seeing the connection with the nameplate. So, like... fuck me, dude. I am not a detective. I'm gonna have to be, but shit, man. Alright, let's go back to the trash room. See if there's anything. I don't think that there was anything on this. Like...
Well, Mr. Naegi, you seem a little down.
Huh? Really?
If you need help lifting your spirits, call on me anytime. I've got all kinds of smut and stuff that might help you cheer up.
What a fucking freak. Definitely give it to me. Thanks to Fumi's help, I was able to get inside. So what's this padlock? There's a hatch on the floor. Alright, bro. Well, I guess let's go back to my room and let's go see if fucking, I can find anything. I just don't think that there's anything else that I can really, like, sit there. Okay. It said my toolkit was unfucked with, right? The toolkit's still yeah. Yeah, so the toolkit's unfucked with, but somebody would have had to use their fucking screwdriver. So, like... that shit says fucking Leon. But it also has a code, potentially. Still definitely fucking says Leon. Alright, yes, Leon, man. Yashihiro said he had it in the laundry room though. Hold on, wait. I'm dumb as fuck. Why am I not checking the laundry room? Where in the laundry room what the fuck he would have it? Sorry if I'm just fucking hating this stuff. I'm just trying to see if there's a fucking... I'm gonna check every fucking washing machine. I don't care. Because the laundry room has to be important somehow. There's no way. Okay, well, it was all this. I wasted so much fucking time. What about the magazine? Why are they not done? Do I gotta do something with the truth bullets? No. He left it in the laundry room actually. One 1037. Okay. Okay, I'm fucking... I don't know what the code could be to though. Unless there's something in the fucking kitchen that I'm missing. I already talked to you. I know I already talked to you. That's the only thing that's the only place I can really think about that I fucking checked. Or that I haven't like really like thoroughly checked like that. Check the meats. Marble meat, salted meat is not time to think about food. There's a bunch of vegetables all piled up. Okay. Wait. I didn't actually fucking look at the dining hall like that itself. I just don't think that there'd be anything different. Right? Yeah. I mean, there wouldn't be. Besides, like, ow. I mean, unless she has something else new to say. Hey, so, did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange. A knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remembered, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So when did you notice that one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying that the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. So in other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. And you should be able to say for sure, you can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. As account has been added to the truth bullet section. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean...
Well, she was killed in your room, right? I mean, you guys are supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Is it nighttime, bro? No way. Or is it the fucking class trial?
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Oh, no, man. The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. Well, now I'm fucking nervous because I really don't have a solid idea as to who the fuck it was, and I don't want to die. I don't know what'll happen. Oh boy. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me.
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Let's save that for the class trial. There we can reveal all the details of Makoto's crimes. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? My man, get it through, bro, Makoto, bro.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Ay, Dios mío.
What?
So whoever stuck us in here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh?
Impossible.
Damn, we really gotta go through all this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
Hey,
There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future. Let's get started.
Got it.
Relax! I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leading that way.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her?
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her. Very impressive.
you know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out.
So, the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Naigi's final curtain call.
Well then, the time has come finally. The time has finally come. Are you ready? Oh boy. Damn, dude. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite
Makoto.
right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I can feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on it. The doors closed, and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, it is not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment. Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school.
trial, you finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up.
We did what he said and found our seats. They're not even seats, son. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone can see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easier for anyone to transfer their attention and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly clash trial. Oh boy. Set skills? What the fuck? Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective time during the bullet time. What the fuck is this, son? Increases your truth bullet rate of fire. Effective during the non-stop debate in the bullet time. Well, I only have 2 skills, right? I better just use both. Soccer didn't give me nothing. Son, I am so in the dark, bro. I hope it explains it, bro.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay, then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates.
This nigga, yeah.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
That's cap.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Oh my god, I'm so nervous, dude. I'm thinking I'm about to fuck this up. Whew, my heart's racing right now, man. Yes, please, God, tell me about the non-stop debate. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions related to their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during the investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use them out the aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note, if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, go back to have fun. Alright. Oh boy.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
That's cap. That's literally cap. Break.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
Yeah. What's up with you?
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Nope.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Ooh, they're doing all my voicing for me. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Who's a knife, son? What the fuck? Alright, that's my bullet.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Not random.
No, that's wrong.
Not random, son.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
I would say as far as all my voices go, none of them are accurate except Sakura's, which I'm proud of myself, because at least I can get one.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. Ooh! There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. When you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, you'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes a focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck on that. Alright. We can slow down, too. Yeah, I was gonna say, how's account is my alibi.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, Brad. He did it in secret. Nobody was in the dining hall.
No, it's wrong.
I didn't even need to use the focus gauge right there. But yeah, no, that's cap. That's literally cap.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying that the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
I was actually wondering about that.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was...
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument instead
Did I
of
fuck up?
fall off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Did I fuck up? Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. As things advance further in the case, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to an incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around in the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim and the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, you'll run out of time and you'll fail. Something that should have been in the scene but wasn't. That must be crucial. Who can't forget that? Dude, what the fuck?
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled to get into the bathroom and the evidence that proves it, the object.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up, but no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is that not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now, this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you'll fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright. Well, I'm actually about to see what the fuck some real cap is. My bathroom door fan.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
Oh shit. I fucked up. It's not because the door was locked. No, there's a different reason entirely.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
No,
it's wrong.
I don't know if this is it, right?
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't
that
because
is it.
it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Because the nameplate's
The
got
killer
switched.
could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Oh shit, I should have read that. So they didn't know that the doors actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the crime was that the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Fuck you.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may
Bro,
seem.
the screwdriver, dog.
As a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, You.
Damn.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Why does everybody don't like
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
That's a good question. I actually don't know.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
No.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the right answer right here. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... It's the key though.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I promise I won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Could she have lied? There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two in my room. Come see me. And wait, there's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room. Okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appear.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature.
Damn.
Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then, pay attention.
Let's see what's happening.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it's specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because of what got switched in my nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, it's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
Yeah.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right? Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who could have switched the nameplates was Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about just as to. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates and make sure you don't get the wrong.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I know Sayaka. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt the gold.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder, but just like with the weak spot, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. Press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release Q to cycle through each bullet, or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to con, fewer bullets will be loaded in the cylinder. For our purpose this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mute. Well then, wait, what the fuck? Okay.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
She tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden in her leg.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, for sure. Alright. But the person with the sword really did attack first, and there's no explanation how certain part of the sword got damaged, just a shield.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
No, it's wrong.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the
He
sword
is
to
the
defend
most
herself,
useless
but then the
character.
culprit
This
took
deduction
that
is
from her
awful.
too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Yeah, I don't think she touched it.
How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use the sword, probably would be able to use it too. I mean, her palm.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Come on.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Oh, I'm getting attacked by a killer. Let me wash my fucking
You
hands.
say
right
that?
now.
Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Please die next.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathroom next time. But yeah, the water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I think
No.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
Oh my
So anyway,
god.
if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have had to be the one without the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost
That's what
as
I
if
was thinking.
She'd been
She was
planning
trying to lure
commit a murder of
somebody.
her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Did she really? That'd be
That
fucking
would also
crazy.
explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Damn, little nigga got
She
played.
was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
Holy
In the
fuck.
end, her plan backfired.
Damn.
She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really over for all of us? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who the killer is, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues goes, there's nothing left. I don't know about that.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, it's wrong! There still
That's
might be
wrong.
one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Which says Leon, but I'm
Dying-
still not
wait,
fucking...
What did you say?
I'm still not convinced that
The
it's
dying
him.
message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037.
It says Leon upside down, bro. I've said it literally since she died.
Well, before
Oh, shit.
we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Also my point. There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
She's literally just gonna be like, it's upside
that's
down.
not. Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not
Thank you, Coco. Bro.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, it's no use, I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it. So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message revealed that the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Wow, would you fucking be completely surprised that it says fucking Leon?
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
Uh-oh.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Don't tell me you actually did it, bro.
It's not random at all.
Bro, Leon, bro, I was rooting for you, son.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yeah, that sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right? His shirt.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention in order to figure out who's responsible. The time the shirt was destroyed. If we focus on that, the killer will become clear. What do you mean? The time it was destroyed? Do you really have it? Okay. Oops. The burnt. Oh, where? I'm dumb as hell. Oh. No, okay. How? I guess.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
That's what I thought.
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence. Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Huh? Me?
There's absolutely a way to use an incinerator without using the trash room key. The killer is able to turn the incinerator on by something like that. Oh, the fucking...
The key to the trash room.
Bruh, him being a baseball star is actually gonna fuck him. That's
The
wild.
only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
Cap.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was to roll that bitch.
The
Yeet that
killer simply
motherfucker.
took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned on the incinerator. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small.
Oh my
Did someone
god.
really do that?
Yes.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of the challenge. It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because ultimate baseball star, motherfucker.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
Motherfucker, I trusted you.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument about the game. Would you like to hear them? Yes. Every case has at least one element to bring. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of the events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck. Okay. Oh, we're manga right now. Okay. Rolling in. Run. First and second attack, they noticed something in the room. Gonna do it like this. Oh, not every piece is actually gonna be there. Okay, I see. I think that's about right. Oh wait, there's more. I'm fucking dumb as hell. Yep, that's alright. Oh wait. There's more. Well, thank God I have 17 minutes to fucking do this. Fuck. I was gonna have that shit down. So hold on. Swim, try to attack, missed.
Here's exactly what happened.
Is this it? I hope this is it.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Okay.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Oh shit. No, I didn't lay out my reasoning there. I need to rearrange the events in the case. After the killing Kanasaka, what did they do next? Is it this one? Yeah, there's nothing there.
The killer is you! During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it.
Okay.
Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
Yes, sir.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife.
That shit looks wild.
And stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone.
Tough.
With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Okay. Got that done.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
Boy's facing
Afterwards,
dilemma.
the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Yes, sir. Talk to him.
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator.
Yes,
The
sir.
killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Oh!
Isn't that right, Leon?
Complete. Damn, that was cool as hell
It would
looking.
appear that hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence?
We've been giving you
Without evidence,
bro.
it's all bullshit. It's bullshit, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as bullet time battle, aka the BTB, by the way. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements and times with the rhythm. It's a fucking rhythm game? Match your button presses with the tempo marker as they move across the street and reach a center. Press the right mouse button to lock onto opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you locked on with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal the damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one being in pain. Do this consecutively and start a combo. Keep this going up and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timer for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent, their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0. Okay, let's see how this goes.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
That's the toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon's killer. I need to figure it out. Okay, I think I know how the fuck to do this now. Hopefully. Holy shit.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
Okay.
You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
Alright.
Where's your proof? This should prove it.
Over with. Okay, finally. I struggled on that, dude. Holy fuck.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Okay, thank God.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Oh shit.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
A rank on most of that, probably up until the last part. Yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah, heyo.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Let's send it home.
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Let's go to the Monokuma vote. It's not looking good for you, my boy. Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You
son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So that's why
I killed her first.
none of you are any different.
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
It's just unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because what if we came up with what really is the truth? Then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if it's that true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, the video actually had something to do with me. I couldn't even imagine. Now we're trapped in here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dream, her friends. To have to see something like that to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So, when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was playing me. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know, because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she's descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand. Really, I do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough. I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it! Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back into your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's...
No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him. What? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind. Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey!
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. It's that kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
Hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh my god, how's he gonna get fucked? Is it gonna cutscene? Oh my god, it is gonna cutscene it. Oh shit. The 1000 blow. Oh. Damn. What does he look like? Oh. Fucked that nigga up, bruh. Damn. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline is pumping out of control right now! Oh, what's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
Hey, well, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you! Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well,
So why are you putting it in? So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say? I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before. Anyway, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
Hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. Wow. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out what the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lied dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her now, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
so...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway.
She was uncertain. I wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me this? Because you're the type of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No, I'm gonna carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. Bro, like, come on now, listen to the lady. She's trying to fucking literally keep you alive, bro. I don't get it. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have really good intuition. Damn. Received the despair bat present. Whew. Well, that was a fucking episode, wasn't it? Definitely gonna call it here, but just to make sure that we're not missing too much, we're gonna go ahead. We just saved it right here, so yeah, we'll call it right here. Thank you all for watching. This was a fucking hell of an episode, dude. We went through a fucking trial and concluded that bitch, but now there are 12 students left. Three died that chapter. That's fucked. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm speechless, dude. That's fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit. Well, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And when we get back, we're gonna be starting chapter 2, and we're gonna see who else fucking dies, I guess. Y'all have a good one.